Hello and welcome to the Southeast Asian Women Basketball League Game 2 of the pre-SEA Games tune-ups. Right here at Singapore, the Toa Payoh Stadium. It's been raining all day and we do hope you are keeping well and keeping dry back at home. But it's Ming at the mic as well as Mr. Brian next to me here at the commentators table as we will bring you action of this next game here. The Singapore Lions taking on the Harimau Malaysia team.
I'm feeling real comfortable here. We got fresh clothes, we got our jackets on. We're all warmed up here in Toa Payoh Stadium. The crowd has definitely pulled in as well. So we're very excited to start off this game. You know, fresh faces coming in for the national team of the Singaporean side. You know, the little red dot, the Singapore Lions will take on the Tigers of Malaysia, Harimau Malaysia. You know, this is a battle, the battle of the
battle of the Causeway.
That's right, the battle of the Causeway that I have no idea how to call that because you know it because you call the games in ABL. So it's gonna be interesting to see this two team lock heads going head to head.
It will be a great game here. You know, we had a great game before this as well. Thailand Snipers taking on the Indonesia elite team. Thailand Snipers just making a statement in that one. 77-57 was the score. Was the final score in that one there.
Now they have shown all the weapons, you know, their repertoire to all the teams that's present here on the court. So it's going to be interesting to see these two teams making that adjustment when they face them going into tomorrow and the day after here at Toa Payoh Circuit.
Exactly, and that's exactly the aim of the SWBL organizing these games, you know, giving the opponents, giving Malaysia, giving Singapore a chance to scout out maybe stronger teams like Indonesia and Thailand, you know, because good scouting can make a whole difference there as we can see the players warming up on the court at the moment. The Harimau Malaysia team maybe going a little bit full strength here. But the Singapore as well, Lim Lek Kar right there as well as Chan Chu Yin, and behind her will be several of the key players here for the Singapore Lions team.
This is the first time I've seen some faces that's going to suit up for the Singapore uniform. You know, Ariel Loiter, player from the NCAA Division 1 basketball team. I've never seen her play in action live before, so this is going to be a debut for me to see her in action. So hopefully she suits up. You know, the referee, the head coach will not rest her to try and play a rotation. So it's going to be interesting for me to see how she moves around and how she gets touches on the ball, and as well as the whole team trying to adjust to her style of play.
Oh yeah, I did hear some rumors about her suffering a slight injury before this, so she might be a 50-50 for this game right here. But we will see as we wait for the starting 12 there. We will see if she will start in this game or not. But definitely an interesting one. I haven't seen the Singapore team a lot. They did not participate in the previous edition of the SWBL, and they are newcomers in this one right here, and taking initiative and hosting the SWBL pre-SEA Games tune-up games here in Singapore at the Toa Payoh Singapore Active SG Stadium. There will be 3 days of games all the way till Sunday, where 2 games will be played every single day from 6 to 10 on Saturday, as well as 5 to 9 on the Sunday. So do come down and support women's basketball if you are here in Singapore or staying in the area or just happen to be in Singapore here. Do come down and support your women's team here, as so much have done, or so many have done here at the Toa Payoh Stadium right here. It's almost full, the first level at least. And that's a good crowd considering the rain here today. It's been pouring. Here at the Singapore. So we are hoping that everyone is staying home and staying well, staying dry as well. Don't get sick. But we've got a tough game here today. What will be an interesting one here as the Causeway battle about to take place in just about 5 minutes time. A lot of home support here from the crowd as they cheer their home team, the Singapore Lions, on. And the Harimau Malaysia will probably have a tough game ahead of them. And we'll want to make sure that the crowd isn't a factor going into the fourth quarter. But you are watching the Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League right here on the Court Diva YouTube channel. And I do want to give a shout out to a lot of our sponsors. The title sponsor of the SWBL, Mandiri Bank. Thank you to FIBA, the Molten official ball of the SWBL. Court Divas, the official TV broadcast channel for the SWBL. Sport SG, Toad Board, Leaning, Rigorer, as well as Bona, and the local sponsors as well: Speech Academy, Formworks, Adera, EHPS, Tiong Bahru Bakery, CSD Ventures Corp, as well as the Noble Wealth Group. Thank you for supporting women's basketball in the Southeast Asian region, and we hope to see you getting involved in more sports here in Singapore. And we can see the referees for the game. It will be an all-women's cast for this game here. Huang Yunxuan coming from Taiwan, Chit Chanok Sri Sawat, as well as Via Dia Rohmana from Indonesia. So as the players retreat to their benches, they will get ready here for the player introductions. And the starting lineup just about to be announced right here in the stadium. Game just about to take place. And both teams lining up just in front of their benches here. We will see the home team, Singapore Lions, coming out of their huddle. First.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the team from Malaysia, the Harimau Malaysia, led by head coach.
My bad, it will be the Harimau Malaysia team that will be announced first. Head coach Tracy Yeo leading the Chargers here, as you can see her standing in front of the bench. Hon Ai-wen will... we see Tan Sin Jie coming out of the huddle first. Tan Yin Jie, two sisters from Johor there. Chia Man Yi and Lee Pei Ling, players from the NS Matrix team.
Bo Yi coming back into the Nationals team lineup as well. Veteran Izzati, Kalaimati Rajintiran as well, making her center position felt today. She's going to be a head-to-head battle together with Chu Jie-ying down the low block today.
Yeah, it will be. And Nor Izzati Yaakob as well, coming back into the national team after a leave of absence.
Fu Xueying, a very, very prominent player as well for the Malaysia Harimau team. And sharpshooter Yap Foki back in the lineup, coming back from injury, I believe.
Yeah, and she was the top scorer of the previous edition of SWBL, averaging about 15 points in that league. So Singapore will have to be careful right here. And you can see the Singapore team just about to get out of their huddle. Tan Yini is the head coach of Singapore Lions. Chu Jie-ying is the first player here. Crystal Yao, number 2. And followed by Helene Ong.
Continuing with Jia Lim. She's going to be in the roster as well.
We have Amanda Lim as well, who might not be playing today.
Yes, a lot of players are on the rotation as well. You know, in this tournament, you are allowed to field more than 12 players, but on rotation, so you have to declare which 12 players that you are going to play during this game. 30 minutes minimum before the game tips off.
Exactly, yep. And Priscilla Han, Adeline Wong coming out of the huddle as well. Lim Lek Kar wearing the number 17. Very young player for Singapore and only just 19 years of age.
Chin Wan Chin, also one of the familiar faces in Singapore basketball, so it's great to see her suit up for Singapore Lions in this season.
And the lineups will finish with Sharon Lee as well as Michelle Chu Jia
Michelle Chu playing a point guard position. So it's going to be interesting for her first debut in the season, trying to get something happen here for the Singapore team.
Please rise for the playing of the national anthem.
And we will take a moment of silence here, or as we invite everyone sitting at home as well to stand up, pay respects to the national anthem of both teams.
And now for the national anthem of Singapore. Thank you. You may take a seat.
Warm-ups in this final 3 minutes of gameplay here, or the warm-ups here, before they take the floor.
And we're going to introduce you the referees for this match. They'll be officiating by the head referee from Taiwan, Ms. Huang Yuanxuan, followed by first officer from Thailand, Chicharok Sri Sawat, and also from Indonesia, Via Dia Rohmana.
Yeah, a very international cast of referees here in the SWBL, even inviting a referee from all the way from Taiwan. So looking forward to an all-female cast of referees here today in the SWBL.
Maybe in the finals. That would be interesting, you know, all female teams and also all female referees. Wow, that's going to be something that's unprecedented thus far for the season.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us in the game here today, welcome to the live stream. You're here with Ming as well as Brian here. You look at head coach Tracy York trying to lead Harimau Malaysia to their first win here today in the SWBL.
So the warm-up is always very important for all coaches to actually just have a look through on how their players are moving, bouncing around, shooting. Do they have the feel? Do they feel comfortable? As you can see, the starting 5 for Harimau Malaysia that's on your screen right now.
Yeah, going with 2 scoring guards there. Chong Yin Yin as well as Nikki Saw starting for Harimau Malaysia, with Kalai, Kiki as well as Bobo starting in the lineup. But Singapore Lions going with a starting 5 of Sharon Lee and Adeline Wong starting at the guard positions, Chin Wan Ting and Edna Lim at the forward spots, as well as the center spot held down by Chu Jie Ying. So Tracy York, there you go, the head coach of Harimau Malaya, will attempt to start off to a winning record here in Singapore.
And hey, Coach Tan Yini as well, a familiar face in Singapore basketball, you know, coach of the national champion Hillcrest Grey, also took their stint in the Malaysia NBL as well. Did pretty big achievement there back in Malaysia, playing in KL, for trying to go into the semifinals, if I'm not wrong. Just a little short, and then they finished off with the 3rd placing. So it's going to be a battle of strategy once again here on the planning board for both coaches. Yeah,
exactly. They have to try their best here. Singapore will want to get to a winning start, and they have the crowd behind them here at the Toa Payoh Stadium in Singapore here. So as the game clock is counting down, 10 minutes will be set here as both teams starting 5 take the court. In this one, the battle of the Causeway.
Also, we would like to take this time to thank our sponsors, our touted sponsors, Mandiri Bank, and also sanction from FIBA for supporting this event. Also taking time to thank our official Game Ball Moten and official media coverage Court Divas. Not forgetting our sports partners, Sports SG, Toad Board, and also Bona, our technical partner. The official sporting apparel, Leaning, and also entertainment partners, Rigorer. And we are ready to take things off here at center court as the referee checks on both teams, whistles up, and here we go.
Yeah, Chu Jie Ying will get the tip for Singapore Lions as they will get the first possession of the game here. The ball gets passed around along the perimeter. 3-pointer knocked down there by number 20, Chin Wanqing. Nikki Saw will bring the ball up for Malaysia, looking to answer that 3-point bucket there. Handoff into the corner. Yin Yin tries to drive middle, kicks it back out. Nikki Saw, a veteran presence. Bobo is a good 3-point shooter, but couldn't get that one to go.
Still early in the game.
Great pass there by number 13, Adeline Wong, looking for Chu Jie Ying there.
Chu Jie is going to be a big problem for Harimau Malaysia today because she is so good down the low block, and she has a very soft touch on the high post area as well. So they got to keep an eye out on her.
Exactly, but she's got a tough matchup in Kalai Rajantiran from Malaysia there. Singapore forcing the miss on that previous trip. Edna Lim gets the ball to Wan Qing. Back to Adeline. Adeline maybe holding on to the ball a little bit too long there. Edna back to Adeline. Receives the screen. Got a fire. It will be a shot clock violation there for Adeline Wong and the Singapore Lions.
See, I love what I'm seeing here, although it's a turnover off the shot clock violation, but this is very, very Tan Yini style of basketball. Although you do not have a very good dribbler, a ball controller, but there's a lot of off-ball movement, just keeping everything in motion, you know, finding the right person at the right time. Oh, and one there by Chong Ying Ying.
Yeah, you know, I think the defense wasn't expecting
Just
the
keeping
pass to
everything
go into
in
Chong
motion,
Ying there.
you know, finding
You
the right
need
person
to
at the
wait
right
for
time.
the
Oh,
ball.
and one there by Chong Ying.
Eventually fooling the more inexperienced team from Singapore.
I like this lineup right here. You know, you have Ying Ying back in the lineup. You have Bo Yi as well. You know, going back into the gold medal
Exactly.
achievement back then in their SEA Games. Man, this is gonna be an interesting lineup as well for Malaysia.
Oh, 2 attempts no good there for Nikki Saw, as she missed that easy on the basket layup there. And Singapore will still have a 3-point lead early in this game. Sharon Lim finds Jie Ying cutting to the rim. Nice basket there. Teammates linking up again for Singapore.
Just high IQ basketball here for Team Singapore Lions.
Ooh.
Kalai, being called an offensive foul there. Got her elbow a little out when she had that spin move going. You can see it on the
for
Team
slow-mo
Singapore
replay brought to you by
Lions.
Mandarin
Kalai,
Bank.
being called an offensive foul there.
Yeah, you know, Kalai just being a little bit too eager there, you know, maybe trying to leave her mark on Chu Jie-ying. Trying to show that, you know, I have the experience, you know, in the Southeast Asian basketball scene, and, you know, I just want to show it here.
2 quick fouls being called here against Team Malaysia. They need to be careful and not put themselves in the penalty with such early into this game.
Singapore Sharon Lee breaks that press by Malaysia. Etna looking for an option. Quick ball movement here by Singapore Lions. Wan Qing calls for a screen. Great crossover. Ball fake. Adeline way off on that 3-pointer there. It will be a shot clock violation.
Singapore team is going to try and play a little bit like Spurs right now. You can see they made 6 passes before even taking their first dribble.
Yeah, you know, everyone touching the ball, everyone getting involved there early. And if you have the space, feel free to fire. Yap Fok Yi trying to get Malaysia back into it, and will do so. Getting that 2-point bucket to go. She's a 3-level scorer that can do it from all over the court.
Full court press here being implemented by the Tigers from Malaysia. Now they understand that they do not have a ball controller, so trying to play the press a little bit higher off the floor. Trying to force Chu Jie out of the plane there. Great job there picking up the steal.
Yeah, just as you say, Fu Ki Ki benefiting from that turnover by Singapore Lions, going down the other side to score that easy layup.
This is the game plan here for Tigers. Exactly how Coach Tracy drew it up. They want to play high pressure, take Chu Jie out of the paint area because that is her bread and butter.
And you know, a good strip there by Kalai Mati Rajatiran, knocking the ball out of Chu Jie-ying's hand, but it has been a good showing for Chu Jie-ying early in this game so far. 4 points already. And now an inbound opportunity for Singapore. Singapore gets the ball to Etna. Etna down into the low post. And ball tipped again, this time by Nikki Saw. Chu Jie-ying has checked out of the game momentarily. Alana Lim checking in. Taking on the center position there. Yin Yin defending Adeline. No switch on the screen there by Malaysia. And Crystal Yao airballs that 3-pointer. Kiki bringing the ball up the court. Trying to push the pace a little bit. Chong Yin Yin looking for an option. Kalai in the high post. Hands it off. Screens for Nikki Saw. Nikki Saw off on that one.
Too strong on that shot, but it's okay. It's just a first shot. You know, it gives us time to adjust a little bit as they go through the game. You know, after you start running, you start to get a little tired. Your heart rate goes up a little bit. And then very soon, those kind of shots is going to drop.
And Sharon Lee there with the turnover. And 2 new players checking into the game for Singapore at the moment. Chan Chu Yin and number 27, Michelle Chu, checking in for Adeline Wong as well as Sharon Lee. Harimau Malaysia back on offense. Kiki gets the ball to Izati. Kalai trying to seal his defender down low as Kiki will draw the foul there.
I like what I'm seeing from this Singapore team right here. You can see every player is putting on effort on the defensive end. You know, they're trying to communicate among each other. They're giving out energy and also hand checking every single player that they know, so no player is being unguarded at that play.
Yeah, they are, and it's been an impressive show out
among
there.
each other.
Singapore
They're
Lions
giving out
team
energy
so far,
and also hand checking every single player that they know, so no player is being unguarded.
As Harimau Malaysia will run that exact same play from the baseline. Kiki driving into the paint. Maybe took an extra step there, but will get her own rebound. Once again trapped. Kalai into the paint, draws the foul there. She's going to be a tough assignment for Singapore.
Shooting foul is going to come against Singapore. So 2-shot, sending Kalai Mati to the line.
Kalai will have 2 free throws to come here. And no one on the court. She towers above everyone on the court at the moment. And perhaps maybe Singapore has to send a double team to her when she gets it in the post.
Now that's going to be a very good strategy. Once that double team kicks in, you know your shooter is going to be open. So it's all just a matter of time where you find that open guy in order to knock down those shots.
Great play by Magdalene Lau there, perhaps maybe scaring the Singapore Lions player right there, forcing that turnover to happen.
So this is where experience takes place. Your shooter is going to be open. So it's all just a matter of time where you find that open guy. Really young team in order to knock down those shots. They have not played together for a very long time. Well, the Malaysia team has been training together for almost 2 years now.
Yeah, they have, and you know it's also kind of because that Malaysia
together for a very long time. Well, the Malaysia team has been training together for almost 2 years now.
Yeah, they have. You know, the team chemistry is automatically there when they get into the national team already.
So that's why it's important to have a development program, you know, just like exactly how the Matrix has been doing. You can see he's adamant as well for the Indonesia elite team.
Yeah.
The Snipers has been following their suit as well. Although they might not be on the same club, but they're always playing on the same national team together.
Yeah.
So it's definitely showing the results here. So hopefully Singapore is going to get back to that level as well.
And great press break there by Singapore. Again, the press hasn't been so much as effective for Malaysia. But a miss there on the 3-pointer by Michelle Chu. As they get the ball into the paint again, Kalai Mati taking advantage of her height.
That is going to be her dominating factor for today. As long as Chu Jing is on the bench, she is going to capitalize on the low block.
Yeah, and I love this Singapore team. They broke that press without using even one dribble there.
Low block. So substitution coming
I love
in
this
for
Singapore
Lions.
They broke that press without using even one dribble there. Lin Wong will check into the game again. Kiki checking out for Harimau Malaysia. Bobo checking in. Priscilla Han checking in for Singapore Lions as well, having her first taste of action of the Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League. Chu Yin gets the ball in. It's going to be a 3-point attempt, but no good there. Tracy York not happy with Kalai allowing that easy offensive board.
Right place at the right time. One offensive rebound and straight to a 2-point to start off her checking in to the game for the first time.
Kalai Mati missing that post fade away there. And Singapore comes back onto the offensive again. Nice passing cut movement there by Singapore. Traveling call on number 19, Alana Lim.
A very close call there for a violation for traveling. So Taking 2 steps before you put the ball down on the ground is a violation in the game of basketball. For those that is tuned into this game for the first time with our live stream here for the SWBL 2023.
Welcome to the stream. Leave your comment down below. You do remember to share your stream. Well, share this stream over to your friends and family. Have them supporting the Southeast Asian women basketball scene. As Singapore once again with the turnover in the backcourt. And right there, very experienced play there by Bobo. Just knocking the ball out of the hands of the Singapore Lions player. Izati getting the ball into the low post. Pei Ling finds Magdalene in the corner. No good on the tree. Kiki kicks it back out. Stolen away by Priscilla.
Well read off that pass. Priscilla doing a great job understanding that, you know, she sealed off her defender already and just picks up right off the pocket.
And the pick and roll pass read well by Lee Pei Ling, but she immediately commits that offensive foul right there.
All smiles on her face. You know, she couldn't believe that call as well.
And the elbow was a little bit high. We're not sure if we'll get a replay of that right now. Elbow was a little bit high, but there was nothing malicious to that elbow right there.
So 2 elbow calls has been called against Malaysia right now.
Yeah. And the referees really do want to get do a good job of settling things early before they get out of hands, you know, so.
Yes, protecting players are the main job of the referees and keeping the game clean and smooth.
Edna gets the ball poked out, will recover. Lekar, 3-pointer, knocked down. As the shot clock buzzer goes off, Singapore ties the game up.
Now those are momentum builders. Oh!
Yap Fok Yi comes back with a tree of her own. She can shoot from deep. Gotta keep her hand up at all times.
Just as I was about to say, Lekar with the momentum builder and Fok Yi with the momentum breaker.
Exactly. Basketball is a game of momentums. Oh, the 8-second violation almost being called there for Singapore. Once again, great defense in the post by Lee Pei Ling. Kiki gets the ball forward. Bobo driving into the paint, puts up that floater. No good. Ball stays with Singapore here as they corral that defensive rebound.
That rebound being corralled by Edna. That was a great defensive effort right there. You know, just a little cheeky with that steal. You know, poked the ball off her hands and went out of bounds. So here they come again with the full court pressure.
There will be a foul on the floor again. And
Team Malaysia is going to be in the penalty.
They will be. So Team Malaysia being a little bit aggressive there starting out in the game. And they will concede the free throws to Singapore Lions now.
All off her hands and went out of bounds. So here they come again with the full court pressure. Your arms in your cylinder.
Just a little bit of a extra hands there by Chia Man Yi.
Story of the day today, huh? Someone had put a lead on the rim. Percentage has been really low for shooting wise.
Yeah, Chin Wan Ching making one and missing one. Nikki Saul gets the ball ahead. Man Yi back to Nikki. Pei Ling thought about the tree. Nice pick there. Kiki driving into the paint now. Called for the travel. Good call there by the referee now this time.
She almost pulled her signature move.
Pick there
with the up and under.
Kiki driving into
just
the
a
paint
little
now.
shuffle step right there by
travel.
Kiki to be called a travel.
Yeah, she loves to work out of the post. Kiki does.
They work on that move with Coach Isha for many, many hours. Kiki and Coach Isha on that move, that signature move.
Singapore back on offense though. Once again, almost turning the ball over. Edna Lim will get it back. Priscilla Finds an open player there. Chu Jieying knocking it down. Getting the foul as well. And she will have the chance to put Singapore back in the lead here. Finds an open player there. Chu Jieying knocking it down.
For Singapore, as you can see, immediately Coach Tracy injects Kalai Mati into the lineup once again. Her presence was missed, especially when Jieying is on the floor. You know, she has been an absolute problem. Offensive rebound, defensive rebound, scoring at will in the paint area. So definitely Kalai Mati will have to pick up that assignment.
Yeah, you know, Chu Jieying plays really simple basketball. Just does the easy things well. Hanging around in the paint, she knows what she can do. And she's doing it well. That's all it is. Singapore with the good defense there. Wan Qing. Once again, good ball movement by Singapore. Back to Jieying. Kalai will grab that rebound there.
I love that matchup right there. It's Jieying versus Kalai down the low block. You can see both of them defending each other on both ends of the floor.
Exactly. And Man Yi in the corner, driving to the rim. Will lose it there, driving into two. And Singapore out in transition again. Nice find there, Priscilla to the corner. Edna Lim. Ooh, rims it.
Singapore will reset this with 7 seconds on the shot clock.
And this time Singapore can't get the bucket to fall. Kalai into the post with the turnover.
Careless pass right there. A little miscommunication between Kalai and Pei Ling.
Yeah. And you know, I did watch the training for Singapore this morning, and they were so focused on denying or defending, learning to defend that handoff there. Nikki forced that turnover. The shot does not count as the buzzer sounded. 16-15, Singapore with a lead over Malaysia here at the end of the first.
This is interesting because right now with the way that Singapore is playing, even if it's not fielding their main top 5 players, this has been a very those are momentum builders. I am currently leaning a little bit on the Singapore side compared to the Malaysia side, although I know Malaysia is a little bit much better.
Knocking it
but
down.
It's really interesting to watch a team play team basketball.
Yini has drawn in, has drilled into them, you know, and that philosophy has maybe have these Singapore players morale even boosted, you know, because everyone touching the ball, everyone having the license to shoot as long as they have the space to do so.
Now, as you can see, the between quarters, you have the MC giving out merchandise. So if you want a chance to win a SWBL official tee, make sure to come on down to Toa Payoh Stadium for the next 2 upcoming days. We're going to be here for the entire weekend. Meng and me, Brian's going to be here as well. So it'll be great to have you under this roof of Toa Payoh Stadium here. You know, not just great action of basketball, there's a lot of great food around as well. You got a mall right across, you got a food court right across the road. So come on down, join us. You know, although it's raining, but it's warm and cozy in here.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So do come down, come over and say hi to us commentators here. Come over and say hi to the players that you see playing on the court right now. Come over and support Southeast Asian women's basketball here at Singapore at the Toa Payoh Active SG Stadium. Second quarter just about to get underway. And we see new substitutions, new players on the floor for the Harimau Malaysia team. Charmaine Oi, as well as San Yin Jae, has checked into the team for Harimau Malaysia. Nikki Saw grabs that offensive board. Too strong on that jumper.
No, I'm not sure if it's a coincidence or just happens that team that's attacking on the right side of the court has a lower percentage. Remember the game of Thailand? They were struggling shooting on the other side of the court, but when they switched court, immediately they had the lead against Indonesia.
So that will be interesting here. But Harimau Malaysia back on offense. Tan Yin Jie in the corner, knocking down that shot. Giving Malaysia back the lead again with the three-pointer.
Opening up the scoreboard for herself, a known shooter from the Segamat BA. National champion back-to-back twice in the Women's League in Malaysia. Xin Jie is part of that team together with her younger sister, elder sister Pei Jie and younger sister Xin Jie. So it's three of them.
Exactly. So the Tan sisters are quite famous in Malaysia at the moment, and Tan Xin Jie, the newest young player to come out of the Segamat BA system. Almost a turnover there from Harimau Malaysia off the sidelines, the baseline inbound. Yin Jie driving to the basket, draws the foul. Good aggressiveness by the Harimau Malaysia off the sidelines, the baseline inbound. Yin Jie driving to the basket,
something that Singapore did not expect. Coming into the second quarter, the first quarter, you barely see people driving down the baseline. Except Kiki coming in from the top of the key, and Xin Jie and Yin Jie. I'm getting confused right now. Yin Jie, also known as a very, very high percentage free throw shooter, misses her second free throw.
So making one, missing one. Free throws have not been going down for teams here in the SWBL. But they will force that turnover there. Bobo getting the ball back to Nikki Saw. Will go into the low post with Kalai. Lekar with the good defense there. And Kalai throws the ball away, looking for Coach Tracy York on the sidelines.
Probably looked like she had a jersey on because Kalai saw her as a shooter and just passed it out of bounds.
Yeah. Singapore, once again, breaking the press without using a dribble. Chu Yin on the wing. Gets the ball to Helene. Helene. To Michelle. Michelle to back to Helene. Helene driving to the rim. Unable to get it to go. And Malaysia will get possession. Malaysia just seems a little bit more lax here in this game. Yeah, they had the intensity so far.
Yep, they had everything settled down. Their defense is clicking. Their offense has been pretty well as well from the start. They got fresh legs of Po Yi. They got Yin Jie. So this is going to be a pretty good start as Kalai tried to make something happen here.
Yeah, they cleared out that side of the floor for Kalai Mati, and Kalai pays them back, knocking down that fadeaway jumper down on the left block. Singapore, once again, impressive with their passes. Michelle to Chu Yin. Chu Yin will fire from deep. Can't knock it down. And Malaysia back on attack. Nikki to Kalai. Kalai tried to get the ball to Bobo. Kalai with the mid-range jumper. That's been something she's working on throughout the offseason.
Full court press once again, forces the turnover. That is exactly what Coach Tracy wants to see from her team. Chu Jie-ying checks back into the game for Singapore.
Exactly. Full court press by Harimau Malaysia, causing problems for the Singapore Lions at the moment. 23-16 is the score at this point of the game with 7:20 left. Magdalene Lau tried to force the pass there to Bobo. Just too quick for the Malaysian captain to handle there. Second quarter of action here at the Toa Payoh Stadium. Singapore gets it into Rijie. And a traveling call again. So, not sure how many traveling calls has been called so far already.
Now, Singapore, if they want to keep themselves in this game, they need to control a little bit on the turnovers, you know, or else it's gonna just run themselves out of this gym. And the younger sister checking in for the first time for the Tigers.
Tan Xinjie on the floor. Magdalene Lau gets a screen from Kalai. Mag to Kalai. Kalai working her way in the post. Gets blocked by Chu Jieyin. And Singapore out in transition. Bounce pass to Chu Yin. Gets blocked by Kalai. Payback.
2 words. Get smacked.
Rejection there by Kalai Mati will earn Singapore a baseline inbounds opportunity here. And having troubles to inbound it. They'll look for a pick and roll. Sharing the ball well. Jie Ying thought about the tree, driving inside. Nice move there by Chu Jie Ying.
With that size and length, how do you stop her when she takes that one dribble and then goes right straight into a 1-2?
Yeah, she's tall as well. Magdalene trying to drive baseline, kicks it out. Kalai into the post for Kiki. Gets blocked by Ray Jie. So the 2 towers of Singapore doing defensive work now, but Kiki fakes it and gets it to go on the second attempt.
That was a smart steal there by Fukiki. Staying
Towers
on
of
the play,
Singapore
you know.
doing defensive work
They
now,
know
but
that they
Kiki
can't dribble well. They're
fakes
always
it
looking
and
to
gets
pass.
it to go
Great
on the
hands
second
there
attempt.
by, Kiki.
Yeah, definitely a good play there by, good awareness by Fu Xueying from Harimau, Malaysia. And a timeout is called by the Singapore Lions, trying to talk things over here. Now only
Harimau,
trailing
Malaysia,
by 7
back
points.
on offense.
Well, now
Tan Yin
trailing
Jie
by
in
7
the
points, having been up by
Harimau,
1.
Malaysia,
And then
back on
first quarter.
offense. Tan Yin
6
Jie
minutes
in the
second,
second.
driving to the rim.
Now we know what 7 points will mean. You know, previously first quarter 7-point lead for Indonesia Elite, and then in the end of the game they lost by double digit.
Thought about the tree,
So
driving
hopefully,
inside. Nice
could
move
it be
there
the
of
same
Singapore
mirror
doing defensive
as the
work now,
first
but
match?
Kiki
It's gonna be hard to say.
fakes
Yeah,
it
we're
and
not
gets
sure
it
about
to go
that,
on the
but-
second attempt. The Thailand team did manage to overturn a 7-point deficit into a 22-point win. So will be tough to see if there will be the same thing happening here in this game.
I think at the end of the second quarter, the Singapore team has been playing a little bit more nervously. You know, Coach Tracy probably had made some adjustment and tried to get the Malaysia Harimau to play a little bit more tougher, a little bit more aggressive on the defensive end. As you can see, the turnovers has skyrocketed compared to the first quarter, which transcends to this lead. So maybe they just need to play a little bit more calmer in supporting each other. You know, knowing that don't be nervous. I got your back. I'm like right behind you. If you lose your footing, I'm right behind you. Just need to find that right bounce pass.
Yeah, just needing to trust their players, trust their teammates a little bit more, you know. But they've been doing well so far, passing the ball around, try to break that press again. Got to be careful with the feet there on the press break. Singapore does. They get the ball across the half-court line. Rijie back to Crystal. Nice three-pointer there by Crystal Yao. Nothing fancy about that. Just fired it off and knocked it down. Xinjie to Yin Yin. Trying to get the ball into the post for Kalai. Mag, nice pass there. And Kalai finishes at the rim.
Great position there by Kalai, using her experience against a much younger Chu Jie-ying.
Yeah, definitely the steal and the score by Kalai, and Adeline Wong unable to grab the rebound there. Adeline thought about the tree, will fire again, knocking it down. Great shot there by Adeline Wong. And the comeback may be real for Singapore here.
Great focus by the Lions, you know, making something out of nothing. Ooh, great contest there with that block.
Yeah, Yin Yin got blocked at the rim there. Got past the defender, but a help defender from Singapore was right in her way, in front of the rim there. A pause and play here as a substitution takes place. Yap Fok Yi checks back into the game here. Nikki Saw deflects the ball, but Anlin Wong will get it back. Leading the break, Chu Yin thought about the tree. A foul is called on Nikki Saw on the perimeter.
Gotta play a little bit more patience on the defensive end. You know, you're playing the trap. You don't want to steal on the dribbler. You want to intercept the pass. Pressure defense is always good, but not too much until you commit a foul.
Kiki hesitated. Tried the reverse layup. Nice move there by Fu Kiki.
招牌菜 signature move.
One of the
many
signature
signature
that
moves.
Fu Kiki has. Trying to get the steal yet again. Will deflect it out of bounds to give Harimau Malaysia another chance at a full court press.
Substitution here for the Lions.
Yeah, Alana Lim will check into the game. So going with two bigs yet again here is Harimau Malaysia. Gets the ball into Jie Ying. Jie Ying will pick the ball up. Nice find there. Oh, tried to lay it up over Kalai there, but couldn't find a way through. This was Alana Lim. Fu Kiki can knock it down from deep.
You can see it's a mental game right now. When you go into the layup against Kalai Mati, now it makes you think, do you go all the way in or do you try to make it a little bit more crafty, trying to go up and under?
Exactly, yeah. And that's the advantage of having an interior presence there, especially on the defensive end of the ball. So Singapore, once again, trying to get past the half-court line. Reach-in foul is called by the referee there. Foul will go on Nikki Saw.
Second personal foul already. She played a little less than 3 minutes in this quarter and already has 2 under her belt.
And the second team foul for Malaysia as well. Singapore will try once again. Priscilla gets it to Chu Yin. Once again, nice passing there by Singapore. Has to fire. Etna lets it go just before the buzzer. Kalai corrals that board. Bobo into Kalai. Kalai mid-range jumper, no good. Good box out there by Chan Chu Yin. As she gets the ball back, will get it forward. Ball deflected by Bobo, but stays with Singapore.
I love how the Singaporeans are actually pushing the momentum a little bit. Once they get that defensive rebound, they are not holding back. They're going to push the ball up court. They're not allowing you time to reset your defense, to go into a trap, push the ball up with the outlet pass, and just really looking for people cutting down the middle lane. Oh, an offensive rebound here being called against Singapore.
Just going to correct you a little bit there. It's an offensive foul there by Lim Lekar. Moving screen on that off-ball screen. Right there. As Malaysia get back into this. 30-24 is the current score. 33 minutes left in the first half. Pei Ling to Nikki. Nikki fires. Nice three-pointer from Nikki Saw.
Finds the bottom of the net for her for the first time, opening up her scoreboard, getting her name on the board.
Exactly. Singapore, nice pass there by Lim Lekar. Singapore can't do anything with that. Priscilla Han in the low post will kick it out. Nice dump-off pass by Kalai with the block there. As Nikki slows it down a little bit. Man Yi. Kalai tries to find Bobo. Nice move to seal her defender there. And Chu Yin took a shot to her face as Bobo went up for the layup.
That's that weight room. That weight room working in the favor of Yap Fok Yi. You know, they've been training together with SFL.
Oh yeah, they definitely have been. Singapore will slow the pace down. Sharon Lee struggling a little bit. Lekkar misses completely. And Kalai leading the break here. Manyi tries to get the N1 to go, but no good there as she will go to the line for 2 free throws.
It was a
And
great move, by the
Kalai
way.
leading the break here.
Great job in the pass
Manyi
by Kalai Mati.
tries to get the
understanding that
N1 to go,
teammate is
but
cutting
no
down
good
the
there.
lane. It was on point. It was in the pocket. You know, just a little bit unlucky off that flick. Just a little bit higher, and she could have dropped it in for the N1. Just very lucky for Team Singapore to not allow her to score that basket. And a timeout being called here on the floor to stop the game clock. And a little less than 2 minutes remaining. Score, however, it's 35-24. Malaysia Tigers building on this lead before the halftime
then-
break.
Yeah, they definitely do. And fire again from this timeout. Chia Man-yi will have 2 free throws coming up. She gets the ball back to extend the lead for Harimau Malaysia. So 35-24 is the current score.
Nikki fires.
1:56
Nice.
left in the first half.
Tries to find Bobo. Nice move to seal her defender there. And
So you're now joining us here at Toa Payoh Stadium for the SWBL 2023, brought to you by Mandiri Bank, the official title sponsor.
And you can see both head coaches talking to the teams in the group huddle right there. Coach Tracy York for the Harimau Malaysia team, as well as Coach Tan Yi Ni for the Singapore Lions.
An extended timeout being called by Team Singapore Lions. So we're going to have another 1 minute.
Well, if you have the timeouts, might as well finish it. As there will only be 1 minute 56 left in the first half. As the teams take the floor again. Remember, Chia Man-yi does have 2 free throws coming up here in this game. After Kalai found her driving to the rim and she being fouled by a Singapore player.
You know, actually Singapore is doing a much better job than expected. You know, breaking the press. You know, we know the press is about to come from Team Malaysia. You know, understanding that they do not have a ball controller, but keeping the score this close, it's actually way better than I expected.
You have to give credit to the Singapore Lions team because they've showed energy right out of the get-go and they've showed good ball movement as well. And when you can do those 2 things, you will have certain degree of success there. But maybe just struggling in terms of the defensive side, not being able to stop Kalai as well as Yap Foki from Harimau Malaysia. Chia Man-yi missing 2 of 2 free throws right there. As Singapore gets out of the press. This is a much more aggressive Harimau Malaysia side now in this second quarter. Alana Lim in the high post against Kalai. Will try to get to the rim. Up and under move doesn't work, but Crystal Yao with the nice cut to the rim. Scoring her first basket of the game. Izati into the high post. The split screen there. Kalai left open and looking for Man-yi. Gets the ball stripped out of her hands. Singapore forces yet another turnover of Malaysia. Crystal Yao swinging the ball around in Singapore. Alana Lim. Colleen fires the tree. Tried to bank it in there. But bank's not open at 9 p.m. on a Friday night here in Singapore. Lee Pei Ling tried to grab her own rebound, but the ball goes the other way.
Referee's gonna review that call. Gonna discuss among each other to see who gets the last touch. Pei Ling almost talk about that effort right there by Pei Ling, almost getting her own missed shot.
Yeah, it was good hustle right there, and she will get rewarded here as the referees overturn that call.
Timeout here being called by the Singapore Lions. They're going to use their final timeout before the end of the first half score is a little bit closer compared to previously. We updated you 35-26 as we go to the highlight brought to you by Mandiri Bank.
Try the reverse. She gets the ball back. Will get it forward. Failing to Nikki. Nikki fires. Nice. Kalai tries to find Bobo. Nice move to seal her defense to get to the rim. Up and under move doesn't work, but Crystal Yao with the nice cut to the rim.
Okay. How many players are in the Singapore Lions team right now? Don't know, right? Okay. Don't count. Okay, later.
38 seconds left in the second quarter. 38 seconds left in the first half. 35-26 is your score at the moment. Harimau Malaysia still has possession of the ball and 14 seconds on the shot clock as they have a baseline inbound opportunity here. Tan Yin Jie will be the one who takes the inbound. Easy pass into Kalai. Pei Ling to Ying Jie. Tried the step back there. Will spin around and completely miss the basket there. They get back their own rebound, but the ball did not touch the basket there. Shot clock did not reset, and that will be a successful trip on the defensive end for Singapore. Great passing to get out of that full court press there by Singapore. Michelle back to Helene. Fixed strike, goes left. Puts up that hook shot, and Kalai easily grabs the rebound. A good intensity there to end the first half there as Singapore pressed up high to force Malaysia, or to keep Malaysia in their own backcourt there. And 35-26 will be the score at the end of the first half. So Harimau Malaysia having the upper hand against their neighboring rival Singapore Lions. As we enjoy these first half highlights brought to you by Mandiri Bank.
SEAWBL, sorry. tinyurl.com/SEAWBL to request a song for your favorite team.
Ketemu lagi sama Livia. Nah, dia lagi miss banget nih sama fitur baru di Livin by Mandiri. Livin suka. Mau cek mutasi rekening, sekalian nyari destinasi keren buat healing. Abis investasi, langsung bisa beli voucher game biar mabar makin yoi. Abis top up e-wallet, bisa top up kuota streaming drakor tanpa ribet. Kelar transfer, bisa cus beli tiket konser. Dengan fitur baru, Livin Suka, kamu makin bisa suka-suka tanpa pindah aplikasi sini-situ. Livin Suka, bikin yang kamu suka jadi makin easy.
Transfer bulanan udah dicek nih.
Nenek lupa PIN. Dicatat di mana ya?
Pakai Livin, intip saldo, nggak perlu PIN. Cepet kan?
Kok cuma transfer segini?
Is your child scared of public speaking?
Boost their confidence and help them speak well at Speech Academy Asia. Our locations are... Call us for a free trial now.
Hello and welcome back as we recap the first half statistics here. 35-26 is your final score at the first half. And in the first half, Harimau leading the Singapore Lions by just about 9 points. Ryan, break down the stats for us.
Now looking at the shooting percentage, 41% for Harimau Malaysia. They have been shooting well. You can see the 3-point percentage, 3 out of 7. That is a very good first half from downtown. Compared to Singapore Lions, 4 out of 13. Now, it doesn't mean that it's all bad things for Singapore Lions, but the way that they are handling the ball movement for their team has been exceptional. You know, typical head coach Tan Yini style of basketball. Free throw has been very good in the department for Harimau Malaysia. You can see 6 out of 10. Man, you got to be happy as a head coach for shooting that high percentage on the free throw line.
Yeah, for sure. You know, knocking down the free throws after getting them is definitely a good sign for Harimau Malaysia. But for me, Brian, Harimau Malaysia does need to play with a little bit more intensity. You know, Singapore Lions have not inserted some of the key players here today. We've not seen Ariel Loiter play today. We've not seen Jia Min play today. Lim Jia Min play today as well. So one of the key players in Singapore basketball.
Yes.
So for a team like that to give you so much fight and be trailing by only 9 points, like Harimau Malaysia really needs to step up their game if they want to at least compete with Indonesia as well as Thailand.
Yeah, from the way that they're playing right now, I think they kind of let their foot off the gas a little bit at the end of the first quarter. You know, they thought that, you know, this is in the bag already. We know how to counter this Singapore team with a full court press. I like the injection by head coach Tracy, you know, putting in Yin Jie. I want to make sure that I get her name right. Yin Jie, because she came into the game straight, went into the offensive blowout. Now she blow by her defender, you know, just dribble in, go into the paint, attacking aggressively, sending herself to the line, knocking down a 3 as well. So great job right there with the adjustment by Tracy for the Malaysia team.
Yeah, and you got to give it to the players who wants to play. So that will be all for now. Join us for more action.
Ketemu lagi sama Livia. Nah, dia lagi miss banget nih sama fitur baru di Livin by Mandiri. Livin suka. Mau cek mutasi rekening, sekalian nyari destinasi keren buat healing. Abis investasi, langsung bisa beli voucher game biar mabar makin yoi. Abis top up e-wallet, bisa top up kuota streaming drakor tanpa ribet. Kelar transfer, bisa cus beli tiket konser. Dengan fitur baru Livin Suka, kamu makin bisa suka-suka tanpa pindah aplikasi sini-situ. Livin Suka, bikin yang kamu suka jadi makin easy.
Is your child scared of public speaking?
Boost their confidence and help them speak well at Speech Academy Asia. Our locations are... Call us for a free trial now.
Cek, 1, 2, 3, cek.
Cek mulu. Udah cek fitur lengkap Livin by Mandiri belum? Pakai Livin by Mandiri emang lebih asyik. Top up lewat HP. Ubah transaksi jadi cicilan. Kartu hilang, no worry. Pencet Livin untuk blokir kartu. Transaksi kekinian makin praktis. Scan QRIS pakai Livin aja.
Cek, cek, cek.
Ketemu lagi sama Livia. Nah, dia lagi miss banget nih sama fitur baru di Livin by Mandiri. Livin suka. Mau cek mutasi rekening, sekalian nyari destinasi keren buat healing. Abis investasi, langsung bisa beli voucher game biar mabar makin yoi. Abis top up e-wallet, bisa top up kuota streaming drakor tanpa ribet. Kelar transfer, bisa cus beli tiket konser. Dengan fitur baru, Livin suka, kamu makin bisa suka-suka tanpa pindah aplikasi sini-situ. Livin suka, bikin yang kamu suka jadi makin easy.
Welcome back to the live stream right here, as we've got just about 5 minutes left in the halftime break before we get back to second half action here at the Toa Payoh Stadium in Singapore right here. You're watching the Southeast Asia Women's Basketball League, brought to you by Mandiri Bank here. And it's the pre-SEA Games tune-up game. So it's sort of like the pre-season for the Southeast Asian Games that is coming up on the 5th to the 17th of May. We will be here all the way till Sunday night, playing at 6 and 8 tomorrow, as well as 5 and 7 on Sunday night. So do tune into our live streams. Do set a reminder to watch the games. Tune into our live streams. Or come on down to the Toa Payoh Stadium here. The Active SG Basketball Gym in Toa Payoh. Despite it being a rainy day, we hope you guys are keeping safe and keeping healthy. You're with Ming right here, as well as Brian right beside me. What do you think of the game so far, Brian?
I like how the way Singapore is playing right now, because they are keeping themselves close. Just a 9-point game. You know, as you can see, all referees are having fun as well. We're having fun behind the camera, and also I'm sure the players are having fun. Why I like the Singapore team's game is because when you look at the rebound department, it's 19 in total. 4 from the offensive end, 15 on the defensive end against 13 defensive rebound of the Malaysia team, so a total of 19 for Malaysia. So that's a pretty good effort for Singapore to keep themselves competitive in this tournament against a much well-trained Malaysia team that has been training together for 2 years. And then you can see on the turnovers are always the thing to look out for. A total of 17 turnovers for Singapore against 11 for Malaysia, so just 6 more compared to the Malaysian team. So they have to turn that down a little bit here in the second half, and I'm sure they can pull this game much closer. As for the percentage-wise, field goal percentage, shooting 35% total for Malaysia team, and also against Malaysia 41. It's not too bad. It's pretty close amongst each other. I'm just leaning more towards the Singapore side because they are playing exceptional ball movement. However, the Malaysia team is playing with much more experience. And somehow, some way, you know, experience will always beat just raw talent.
Yeah, Brian, and you know, you were speaking about the field goal percentages. That's actually really good shooting from both teams. In the last series in of the SWBL. The teams averaged about 35.6% from all over the field. So, you know, shooting at 41%, that's above average for these teams here. But it will be the battle between Harimau Malaysia and Singapore Lions will continue just in about 2 minutes. So do go get your drinks and do get your food, do get your drinks. Before we come back with more action here at the Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League, we do want to give a shout out to all our sponsors for the game as well. The Mandiri Bank, our title sponsor for the Southeast Asia Women's Basketball League, as well as the FIBA, who's our FIBA sanctioning the tournament. Molten, our official ball for the series, the Court Divas, where you are watching the live stream at the moment. Sports SG, as well as Tote Board for making it possible. Leaning and Rigor, our official apparel sponsors, as well as a lot of local Singaporean companies here. Bona, Speech Academies, Formworks, Adera, EHPS, Tiong Bahru Bakery, CSD Ventures Corp, as well as the Noble Well Group. We thank you all for making the Southeast Asian Women Basketball League pre-SEA games, tune-up games, a possibility here in Singapore. And of course, if you are at the live venue, or even if you're at home, you know, watching the stream, and you notice a highlight, take a picture of it, take a video of it, put it onto Instagram and tag us on SEAWBL on Instagram at SEAWBL. And do use the hashtag OurDreams.
So you can see Coach Tan Yini giving a last-minute prep talk here as the clock will run down this final 9 seconds to kickstart the second half. Coach Tracy as well giving her final input to the team in order to gear them up to hopefully trying to extend the lead here in the second half and try to pull a much bigger lead, more sounding victory against Singapore hopefully at the end of the game. Or it's going to be much more interesting if Singapore is able to overturn this score, this deficit that is played upon them with this home crowd support in-house.
Yeah, definitely don't underestimate the Singapore Lions. They've been playing with an intensity that we've seen very little of from Malaysia right now. And Singapore starts out hot with a three-pointer there. Malaysia back on offense. Yin Yin to Kalai. Moving the ball around on the perimeter. Bobo creates space for herself. And Kalai in position to grab that rebound, but it gets tapped out of there. Singapore gets possession.
Full court press once again by Team Malaysia. So they're not going to change up their strategy, going to stick to the game plan all the way from the start to the finish.
Nice back cut there and rejected once again by Kalai Mati at the rim. Bobo leading the break. We'll hand it off to Nikki. Once again, passing ball around. Yin Yin attacking middle. Tries to draw the foul there. Couldn't get it to go.
That would have been a great highlight if she managed to finish off with her left hand.
Would have definitely been an N1 call right there. Adeline Wong. To Wai Ting. To Edna. And Singapore. So, I thought she caused the ankle breaker right there, but Nikki saw. Hustling to get the ball. Picks up her third foul of the game.
With that foul, resets the shot clock to 14. So I'm not sure if that's a good foul or a mistake being committed there by So Po Yin as she shakes her head as she heads to the bench.
Coach Tracy Yong will put in youngster Tan Sin Jie back into the lineup again. And Adeline Wong to Edna. Edna with the nice layup there, drawing cheers from the crowd.
This is what we like to see. You know, coming out the halftime, full of energy, nobody slacking off.
Malaysia forcing the issue there, forcing that turnover. Bobo with the offensive board. Breaking the momentum of the Singapore Lions a little bit, and yet another turnover there, unnecessary. And Yin Yin will be the benefactor of that. Singapore trying to break the press of Malaysia again. Does so successfully this time.
It's all a game of mental right now. You can see even after the turnover, the body language on the Singapore team just showing that, you know, you need to move on to the next play.
Shot clock counting
must
down.
not let it
Adeline Wong.
affect you. That's costly.
My bad. Adeline Wong once again not noticing that the shot clock was running out. And that will be yet another turnover for Singapore Lions. Harimau Malaysia with the inbounds now. Go back on the offensive here, trying to stretch out this lead. Kiki tries to hand the ball off. A blocking foul called on Chin Wai Ching. Bobo to Collider. Back to Bobo, trying to drive to the rim. Will draw the foul at the rim. Chin Wan Ching pick up her second of the game and will make it 2 team fouls for Singapore as well. Will be sideline inbounds there, as they deemed the foul being on the floor. Chong Yin Yin. Back to Kalai. Kalai forcing her way to the basket. Tried to lay it up, no good. Yin Yin with the nice anticipation there as she puts it up. No good once again. Xin Jie. Turnover. It's all a bit of a hectic 1 minute for Singapore in that last one.
Little loss for words on that back-to-back play. That's 4 turnovers within, like, in the strip of 30 seconds.
Just silly mistakes there, as once again a foul committed there by Chan Chu Yin. Will leave Malaysia with sidelines ball. 39-31 is the score at the moment. Just about 3 minutes gone in the third quarter. Malaysia still leading by 8. Xin Jie represented Malaysia in the 3x3. Kalai will get called for the offensive foul.
It's not the first one that she has committed. This is the second one, the same movement that she has done. And both times, the referee did not miss that. So the Tigers have to regroup here. You know, a little messy coming off the halftime break.
Yeah, but Kalai with that, you know, veteran move of sticking out the behind to impede the player, getting called correctly by the referee there to give Singapore back the ball. Singapore looking to the low post. Adeline Wong firing from deep. Good there by Adeline Wong.
This is home court advantage indeed.
As Singapore cuts it down back to 5 points. Pei Ling sets the screen for Kiki. Yin Yin tried to answer back with the three of her own. Adeline Wong pushing the pace. Will get it forward to Helene. Helene back into the post. And yet another 3-point shooter left on the perimeter. Nice drive by Sharon Lee Mi-yun. She gets to the rim to cut the lead down to 3 now. Single possession game at the Toa Payoh Stadium right here. Lee Pei Ling gets the ball back to Xin Jie. Quick movement there by Malaysia, but read well by Singapore.
So no timeout here by Coach Tracy. In fact, changing 2 players, trying to switch things up a little bit here. Try to get a different outcome on this play with 7 seconds on the shot clock.
Magdalene Lau has checked in as well with Izati Yacob. Lee Pei Ling got a defender jumping. Bobo will jump. Fire of the jump shot, my bad. Alana Lim wrestles the ball away from a defender. Alana Lim in the post, getting bumped. The 2-pointer no good. Izati with the authoritative rebound. Kiki back to Izati. Trying to run a play right here. Kiki into Pei Ling. Will put up the shot. Gets rejected by Priscilla Han. And in the transition is Singapore. Priscilla thought about the 3. Will drive to the rim and knock down the 2. And we've got a game on our hands, boys. And 38-39, Singapore has fought their way back into this.
Finally, a timeout being called here by Coach Tracy. With that lead being cut down to just 1 man. This is exactly what you want to see. Close action basketball. We don't want no blowout game. We want some close seesaw, lead changing. This is what we paid for.
And it's no less than the Singapore Lions deserve. They've played hard. They played their hearts out today. And with the home crowd behind them, they've got the momentum now in this one.
This is also a show, how would I say this? A time for the Singapore Lions to show the ministry that they are still competitive enough to compete in an international level, because they had that chance to show the results when they visited Malaysia, I think like a month ago, in order to show that, you know, they are still able to win against neighboring countries.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a very good result if they win, and the ministry is going to be more supportive
of the sport. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, and you know, the C Women Basketball League is trying to achieve that exactly. You know, trying to give these girls or these women a platform to showcase their skills. You know, strut their stuff, and show them what they can become. Zati back to Bobo. Bobo with the 3. Offensive rebound by Malaysia, but wrestled away by Singapore. Singapore in transition again. Adeline looks for Priscilla. Nice cut there, but cut out by Izati. Bobo to Magdalene, back to Bobo. Singapore in their zone defense. Magdalene fires from deep. Kiki will get the rebound, or will she?
The energy is riding on the side of Singapore right now. You can see the players are running a little faster, a little bit more bounce in this step, and definitely more fire as they are starting to communicate amongst each other more. So body language right now showing off from the Malaysia Tigers. So this is a mental game that they have to overcome.
Yeah, definitely. Alana Lim with a good movement to receive the ball down low. Back to Priscilla. Priscilla with the travel call right there.
That's high IQ basketball there by Izati. Pulled the chair as she was being backed down. And then the Singapore player just went down to the ground being called a travel. That is a great move. Very, very smart move by Izati.
A veteran move there by Izati to deal with bigger players. And Lee Pei Ling finds herself wide open, knocking down the 3-pointer. Oh, an inbound violation right there. The players have got to be careful where they inbound the ball. The basketball court lines are the blue lines you see on the floor, so don't get confused there. So close game right now, still only a 4-point lead for Malaysia. Magdalene trying to force the issue. They got lucky right there. But Singapore, with the good defense, gets rewarded again. Helene trying to get the ball under control. Double team. And Malaysia with the good defense taking the chance there to get possession back after a bad shot at the basket. Malaysia will inbound the ball just in front of their bench. Go down the other side. Pei-Ling to Charmaine. Lost the ball, got it back. Back into the low post again. Magdalene, three-pointer. No good, but a foul called before that. Foul will go on Lee Pei-Ling of Harimau Malaysia.
%70% full court press coming to Singapore's way.
And once again, Singapore almost threw the ball away there. Alana to Chu Yin. Oh, foul call right there. And Harimau Malaysia has got to be more aware of these off-ball screens. Magdalene just pushing the screener out of the way.
Man, she got trucked.
Ouch.
It's just like a Kanchu getting hit by a truck.
Oh man. That's a big hit right there by Magdalene, and for Sharon Lee to take. But Singapore will have that sideline inbounds. Adeline Wong to Alana. Back to Chu Jie-yin, who was the star performer in that first quarter. Adeline driving. No good. Charmaine grabs the board. Pei-Ling faked the tree. Ball passed into the corner. Moved around. Man Yi to Yin Jie. Charmaine back into that corner. No good on the tree. Now leading the fast break is Chan Chu-yin for Singapore. Dribbles it off Nikki's foot. And it will be 42-38. Score stays the same for the past 2 minutes of play.
Substitution here being made by Singapore. Get some fresh legs in. Got to push the momentum, maintain this. Should be all right as they go into late in the third quarter.
So Chu Yin will get the ball in safely to Wan Qing. Calling for a screen is Sharon Lee. Open three, no good by Singapore. Ying Jie chases down the long rebound, gets out in transition. Ying Jie tries to get it to Kalai, but ball knocked out. Great defense by Singapore. Chu Yin comes up with the loose ball. Wan Qing on the wing. Not great spacing as Malaysia forces a turnover this time. Man Yi will try that three-pointer. She can knock it down. Does so this time down the court.
Caught the defense sleeping there by Malaysia. Good job in understanding that, you know, you had the space and you're a pretty good shooter. Just taking that shot.
Just being brave enough sometimes is all you need. Chu Yin trying to create some offense here. Sharon Lee's got to put up a shot. Shot clock violation. Oh, but a foul will be called right before the shot clock went off. As Sharon Lee coming up hobbling from that collision.
I believe it's a cramp. Looks more like a cramp compared to a rolled ankle.
Wow. So 45-38 the score. Singapore still playing hard, giving it their all to get back into this one.
Now they gotta elect a free throw shooter right now because that's a replacement of the so-called injured player.
And Chin Wan Qing couldn't get that to go. The Singapore crowd really getting behind their home team players here. Wan Ting knocking down that second one. Malaysia only now leading by 6. Let the ball roll into the front court. Good decision there. Only 11 seconds left in the third quarter. Lee Pei Ling try to put it up. Kiki puts it up before the buzzer. Couldn't get it to go. And that will be the end of the third quarter. 45-39 is your score. 6 points is the difference between these two teams. Harimau Malaysia leading the Singapore Lions at the end of 3 quarters. We'll be back in a bit for fourth quarter action. Do stay tuned to the live stream.
Okay, now I need the quick criteria. Can someone here tell me the name?
Hello and welcome back to the Toa Payoh Stadium right here at Singapore. 45-39 is the score of this current game. This is a game between the Singapore Lions, the home team, as well as the Harimau Malaysians just across the causeway here at the Sea Women's Basketball League. We have one more quarter of action up here today before we come to an end. Continued with 2 more days of Sea Women's Basketball League right here in Singapore. The teams will be playing at 6 and 8 tomorrow. If you want to know more about the schedule, follow the news of the league and stuff, you can follow them on Swbl. So it's at SEAWBL on Instagram to find out more. Maybe buy tickets to come down and watch the game. Kiki gets a clear out on the left block, but couldn't get it to go. Great defense there by Chu Jieying.
It's the final quarter. They got 10 minutes to make things happen here to try and flip the scoreboard to their favor. Singapore still being trapped here by Malaysia, trying to break this trap. They have been doing a pretty good job so far and not turning the ball over in the third quarter that much.
A good press break there, but defended well by Malaysia on the defensive side as well. Pei Ling thought about the 3, will take the long 2 this time. And Singapore chases down that long rebound. Michelle Scher falls down on the floor. Michelle Chu, sorry. Michelle gets back the ball, hands it off to Edna. Someone's got to look for their shot. Chu Yin called for the travel there on the wing.
Yep, Fok Yi checking back into the game for the Tigers.
That will be Singapore Lions' 27th turnover of the game. That's a whole lot for a team. Does not do a lot of dribbling. And immediately yet another turnover there. 17th of the game for Harimau Malaysia. Singapore back attacking here. Both teams may be running out of steam a little bit here in the fourth quarter. Chu Yin tries to hand it off to her teammate, but walled off there by Malaysia's players. Oh, that's an offensive foul right there by Fuk Yi.
It's too obvious not to call. You know, got her forearm up right in the face.
Ooh.
Yeah, with that push off. I'm just lucky that I'm behind the camera and not on the court.
Man.
If that was me, I'm going to just slide on there and just maybe ambulance 911.
But I like the aggressiveness from Fuk Yi there, trying to get her team going there, but just a little bit too aggressive maybe. Michelle will break the press there. Jie Ying receiving the ball in the front court. Helene back to Edna. Helene to Michelle. Got a fire. Shot clock violation there as the ball did not hit the rim.
It actually looked like it did, even though it went off the board. But it kind of looked like it nicked at the rim a little bit.
Well, we will never know here. But score has not changed after 2 minutes of play in the fourth quarter here. Nikki. Back to Kalai. Kalai will look to attack now. Back to Nikki though. Sets up a pick and roll. Finds Kiki. Up fake. Too unselfish right there by Malaysia. And Edna thought about the tree. Helene will fire. Can't get it to go. Long jumper, no good. And it stays with Singapore.
She thought about saving that ball, but it's a very smart decision there to just let the ball roll out for another 14 seconds on the shot clock for another offensive try here for Singapore.
Yeah, and it will be a sideline play here for Singapore, so maybe trying to get an open look here off this set play. Lekar, surely not the play drawn up by Coach Tan Yini. And Nikki will slow things down a little bit. Nice backdoor cut there. Yup, Fuk Yi knocking down the short jumper.
Mid-range has been her bread and butter for this match. You know, not looking too greedy down from the three-point line. Just making the right shots at the right time. Oh, Saw Puyin comes up with that beautiful steal. She go one-on-one. Gets to drop. 2 points added under her belt.
Nice bucket there. Nice steal and the score there for Nikki. Yup, Nikki Saw Wei-yin. Want to wish her a belated birthday as well. Her birthday was yesterday, as anyone does not know. But you say Fuk Yi has not been has not been too greedy with a shot. She is the leading scorer of the game with 13 points so far.
That's good numbers. You know, as long as you have a double-digit scoring game, you know, with a score with just 49 points and you have 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good numbers for a shooting guard.
Yeah, that's good numbers for any shooting guard out there. But 49-39 is your current score as Malaysia has extended it out to a double-digit lead here in the fourth quarter. 6 minutes and 39 seconds left in this game right here. As the Singapore Lions there and Coach Tan Yini try to fight their way back, just like they've done so in the second quarter. Cut it down to a 1-point lead, but couldn't overturn the score there. Will have a chance to do so. They will have to fight hard and execute well here down the stretch if they want a chance of winning this game here. You remember the Singapore Lions are making their debut in the Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League. And it does look like Malaysia will go with another full court press right here. Manyi trying to force the turnover. Lekar hands it off to her guards. Adeline Wong to Edna.
Stacking up the turnover once again. Story of Singapore right now.
Yeah, trying to do just a little bit too much there.
Gotta watch the shuffle step.
Handoff action there by Harimau Malaysia team. Failing. High fakes. And once again, it's a battle of turnovers here.
It's like, if you can do it travel, I can do it better.
Yeah. It's not been great in the fourth quarter so far. Only 4 points scored by both teams. Edna with the turnover. And Manyi with the layup there. Edna hustling back. Couldn't score it.
You know, Manyi has a very good production today for her team. Coming off the bench, scoring, playing very good defensively as well.
Yep. Singapore with the turnover that leads to a Bobo bucket there. 15 points, that was the average in that last game, in that last series of the SWBL. Wan Qing breaking that press, finding a teammate, Alana Lim. Ducks under Kalai and scores the bucket.
Does it look like Kalai let her score on that one? No, not trying to get herself in a foul situation?
Yeah, perhaps. Or with 5 minutes less, there's no necessity to complicate things more. Nikki, back to Pei Ling, straight line drive to the rim, puts it up, no good. And immediately double teamed by Malaysia. But Singapore get out of it. Lekar brings the ball forward. Singapore goes back into the post here. And draws a foul off the ball there.
Substitution coming in for Singapore. That's the third foul being penalized on Pei Ling.
And Sharon Lee will check into the game for Adeline Wong. As both the point guards have done pretty well in the game so far for Singapore. Wan Qing has to create something. Only 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Gotta fire. Edna Lim decides to hold on to the ball and not even put up a shot there. Curious decision.
Jie Ying checks back into the game for Lions, trying to finish this last final stretch of 4 minutes.
Jie Ying has been so good so far, and I look forward to seeing what she can do against the other teams here in this tournament. Only just 24 years of age. Malaysia gets the ball on the wing. Has got a fire. Kalai puts it up, aware of the shot clock, and no one could stop that post jumper of hers. Singapore back on offense, almost with the 8-second violation just now. Sharon Lee, three-pointer, no good.
Huyin sets it up for Malaysia this time round.
Kalai left wide open, mid-range jumper is no good though. And it ball bounces off the head of Chin Wan Ting.
Little oohs and ahs in the crowd as Kalai faked out the defender and went to the paint.
Yeah, should have drove all the way. If you've given a runway.
If it was in the NBA, it's going to be a dunk.
Oh, man. Kalai back to Wei Yin. Pei-Ling. Sorry, Man Yi could have knocked down that three-pointer. And Singapore gets the ball up the court in a hurry. 14 points to make up here. That's the deficit between the teams so far. Sharon, no good on the post entry pass. And the win is looking more and more out of hand as every second ticks by right now. Mobo goes back to Pei-Ling in the post. Nikki wide open from deep. No good. Sharon Lee, gotta get it forward. Cross-court pass, dangerous there. But Singapore get away with it. Crystal on the wing. Gotta fire, wanting. Turnover force there. No shot put up by Singapore in 2 trips. Man Yi swings the ball. Nice find there by Kalai and a great cut for Man Yi, earns her 2 points.
Timeout being called here by Singapore. You can see the players are a little gassed out here with this final stretch. So this is a good timeout being called by Tan Yini. No, things are getting out of hand. Malaysia has been scoring at will in this quarter, so trying to finish off things the correct way and try to, you know, regroup.
And you know what has started out as such a promising game, you know. 1 point lead for Singapore in that first quarter. Them trying to fight back and fighting back to a 1 point deficit in that second and third quarters, you know. Has kind of devolved into a blowout here in the final few minutes, the final quarter here, as it does seem like the fitness of the Singapore Lions is not quite up to par with the Malaysian team yet.
Hey, you know what they say, sports, survival of the fittest. Here we can see their conditioning definitely is showing on the court. They're running a little gassed out. You can see a little drag on their feet right now as they walk through to the center of the court. As Malaysia are trying to finish strong and try to set a tone here in the first game of this season.
Yeah, Brian, and this, you know, might signal, you know, or might show the people in charge that they may need a system like what Malaysia has with NS Matrix, or what Indonesia has with the elite team, as well as what Thailand has with the sniper team at the moment, you know. Maybe they do need a full-time program that's able to support the development of these girls, have them training consistently. But the game gets underway again. 1:30 left, just about. Crystal Yao from deep, knocking it down, giving the home fans a little bit to cheer about here. Izati to Yinjie into the corner, trying to look for the post. Chu Yin will take it all the way, puts it up, knocking it down. Transition bucket there for Chan Chu Yin. As Singapore showing some life out of that timeout. Han Yi Ni.
It's a little wake-up call here by Team Malaysia for Singapore Lions.
They got to press up on the defender. Malaysia trying to hit those corners in this zone to hit the zone defense of Singapore. Yin Jie, shot clock violation. Great defense there by Singapore. Shifting with the ball and not allowing the Malaysian team to get a shot up in 24 seconds.
So we got 47 seconds remaining, right? McGrady scored 13 points in 12 seconds. I'm not saying that, you know, they're getting pulled off of McGrady, but, you know, anything is possible.
Never, never say never. Someone's got to fire. They got to fire quick. They're lagging behind by 11 so far, sorry. Sharon Lee's got a fire.
That will not count as the shot clock violation being called against the Lions.
Once again, no shot attempt put up within 24 seconds. As yet another team turnover is committed by the Singapore Lions. 57-46 will likely be the final score of this game with 16 seconds remaining. As Malaysia will try to dribble the ball out. They don't need to put up a shot, but Manyi will do so. And Yin Jie hustling to get the ball back as the final buzzer sounds. 57-46 is your final score of this game. As Malaysia will take their first win in a somewhat lackluster finish here in the Southeast Asian Women Basketball League Day 1 right here at the Toa Payoh Stadium in Singapore. Don't go away, we do have our winners interview coming up in just a little bit. Stay tuned to the stream right here as we wait for one of the Harimau Malaysia players to join us here at the commentators booth.
Cek, 1, 2, 3, cek.
Cek mulu. Udah cek fitur lengkap Livin by Mandiri belum? Pakai Livin by Mandiri emang lebih asyik. Top up lewat HP. Ubah transaksi jadi cicilan. Kartu hilang, no worry. Pencet Livin untuk blokir kartu. Transaksi kekinian makin praktis. Scan QRIS pakai Livin aja.
Cek.
Transfer bulanan udah dicek nih.
Nenek lupa PIN. Dicatat di mana ya?
Pakai Livin intip saldo, nggak perlu PIN. Cepet kan?
Kok cuma transfer segini?
Transfer bulanan. Is your child scared of public speaking?
Boost their confidence and help them speak well at Speech Academy Asia. Our locations are. Call us for a free trial now.
Fiesta Point kini telah berubah ke Livin Point. Gampang dapatnya, kece badai hadiahnya. Download dan transaksi pakai Livin by Mandiri. Belanja pakai kartu debit atau kartu kredit. Cek terus jumlah Livin Point-nya. Untuk ditukarkan hadiah langsung ataupun diskon di merchant favorit. Buruan, buka tabungan dan transaksi terus pakai Livin by Mandiri.
Sugar? Adek! Minum! Cepat cari promonya di Livin! Promonya banyak banget! Kok bukannya Sugar?
Welcome back to the live stream here. We do have the winning coach, Tracy York of Harimau Malaysia, as well as, I do think our player of the game, Kalai Mati Rajentiran here for Harimau Malaysia, and let's ask them some questions. Coach Tracy, you got to be happy about the first win in the C Women's Basketball League. What's up next for Harimau Malaysia?
Yeah, well, first we'll probably look back over the game and see the things that we did well and the things that we can do a little bit better. But yeah, certainly happy. I think we had a really good last quarter and stretched out the lead, and they made a really good comeback. So it was a tough game, but I think we came through all right.
Yeah, Singapore definitely sprung some surprises, especially getting that lead in the first quarter, the 1 point lead in that first quarter, as well as, fighting back in that second and third. So is defense maybe a thing that has to be focused on?
Well, I don't have my glasses on, but what did we keep them to? 46, so that's outstanding defense. I think we probably could do better tonight offensively. I think there were shots we either didn't take or we turned it over when we normally would have shot it. So I think 46, I'm always happy with that scoreline, and we probably could have, scored more for sure.
Yeah. And speaking about offense, Kalai has been on fire today. So let's talk to her for a little bit. 10 points and 6 rebounds so far, Kalai. Tell us about your performance so far today. Tell us about your performance today.
My performance today not really good compared to when I was in training.
Okay.
So we will focus on next 2 games. I will try my best.
So hopefully we see 20 points coming off you tomorrow. 20 tomorrow? Is that the goal?
Yeah.
Okay, you heard it here first. You heard it here first. Kalai will score 20 points against the Indonesia team tomorrow, is it?
Yes.
Yeah? So do stay tuned. Harimau Malaysia will be taking on the Indonesian elite team at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Thank you very much, Coach Tracy. Thank you very much, Kalai, for giving us an entertaining game tonight. And we will catch you guys tomorrow here at 8 p.m. Thank you for tuning in to the Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League. This has been Ming, and for all my crew, for my partner Brian as well, thank you for tuning in, and see you guys tomorrow.
Thank you.
And the full game statistics on the screen right now. 57-46 is the most important statistic of all. Harimau Malaysia picking up their first win of the C Women's Basketball League pre-SEA Games tune-ups.
Currently sitting at the top steals team, Harimau Malaysia, with 11 total in the game, 38% to 39%. That's pretty neck to neck on the field goal percentage for both teams. You can see on the 3-point range, a little struggling here for Harimau Malaysia, looking to be a little bit more accurate coming into tomorrow's game, because that is going to help them. It's going to be either a win or a lose. You live or die at the line of the 3 if you're shooting 5 to 20 against either Thailand or Indonesia in the upcoming 2 days. Yeah. Free throw percentage, you can see 3 out of 5. You can see that Harimau Malaysia has been doing a much better job in drawing fouls, sending themselves to the line. Free throw department pretty much above average for both teams. But the turnovers, man, look at those numbers. If you are on the Malaysia side, still a little bit frustrated. But if you're on the Lion side, you're going to be pulling your hair if you're the head coach.
That's as many turnovers as points, 38 to 46 turnovers,
That will be a department that they want to improve going into their next game. Although it's the debut, but they have to do a much better job in protecting the ball heading into this next game against a very strong Indonesia team or Thailand team.
Yeah, well, Singapore will be taking on the Thailand team tomorrow in what will be a tough fixture for Singapore Lions, as well as Harimau Malaysia will take on the Indonesian elite team in what will be I think a good matchup for them tomorrow.
Oh,
indeed. Good match to test out where they stand in terms of these teams.
Indeed. Both teams can play a very, very, very fast pace. Both teams can shoot the ball as well. So it's going to be an interesting matchup to see who is going to be playing with a much stronger mentality and also finishing up in the clutch situation. So that's all from me.
And, that is all for this game right here. This has been Ming. Beside me is Brian, and for all the crew working at the Southeast Asian Women's Basketball League, would like to thank you all for tuning into the game. And do remember to stay tuned to the games tomorrow. Take care, stay safe, and have a good night.